All right, everybody, I want to welcome you to the Boss Network training. This is the Boss Network training for the agents on my team over at Real Broker. And today we're going to be going over the Instagram growth secrets for real estate agents in 2025. Social media is something that I specialize in. So I want to teach you guys as far as what new things are being introduced in 2025 to Instagram because it's always changing. This market is always changing, and also social media is always changing. And it's something that you really need to keep up on. Okay. So if you're ready to dominate Instagram and grow your real estate business, then these are some proven strategies, all right? Proven strategies that will help you reach more potential clients and showcase your listings effectively. That's the key, effectively, because anybody can show their listings, okay? Anybody can kind of post their listings, but you want to be posting your listings effectively, okay? So what we're going to do is we're going to jump right into this. I'm going to share my screen and I don't want to waste your guys' time, okay? So let me get here and let me share my screen and let's just kind of jump into it, okay? So I know that there's a slight delay sometimes when me showing my screen and it actually come up. Okay, so it should have came up. So again, this for this team meeting, we're going to be talking about Instagram growth secrets for real estate agents in 2025. Okay, so let's jump to the first slide. Let's see. Oh, I gotta hit present. That might work. Okay, there we go. Okay, so the first thing is the metrics. Okay, the number one metric is shares, sends over saves, because back in the day, people who saved your work, the algorithm would look at them and be like, okay, people are saving it, they're liking it. Well, now what the way the algorithm works, okay, is shared content gets approximately 5 times more visibility than saved content. So when you should be thinking about that. You should be thinking about that also when you're prompting Chat GBT. And if you're not using Chat GBT and you're a real estate agent, you are behind. You are way behind if you're not using Chat GBT. So for those of you who are, you should be telling Chat GBT that you want this post to be shared, not just saved. Okay. Now, as far as home buyers, 80, 78%, 78%, this is the percentage who share listings with families and friends before viewing. So what this is saying is that 78% of home buyers, what they do is they'll share these listings with their family or friends before they go see it. All right. So you should be asking when you're doing content on Instagram, you should be asking them to share. You should be prompting them to share. Okay. As far as engagement, let me move this right here 1 second. Sometimes. Okay. So 3.2% engagement increase. So this is 3.2% increase in profile visits when content is regularly shared. So this is engagement. This is people engaging with your content. All right. If they share it, then the engagement is 3.2 times what it normally would be. So, what is all this saying? This is saying that Instagram prioritizes content that creates social connections, focus on creating shareable content rather than just save worthy posts. So you want people to share it. You want people to interact because this is where social media is going. And why are they doing this? Because they want the platform to be sticky. Okay. So they want people to get on the platform and stay on the platform because it's free. It's free. And usually when things are free, then you're the value. Okay. You're the thing that they're selling. And what they're selling is your attention. So when you're making posts, just understand on Instagram, which for a lot of real estate agents is their cream of the crop, Instagram and YouTube. So when you're on Instagram and you're coming up with things to post, You should be prioritizing shareable content, things that people can share rather than save. Okay. It says try adding share this with someone looking in Philadelphia to your captions. All right. So that should be in your captions, but you should also be saying that at the end of the video. At the end of the video, you should tell it, you have to tell people what to do. Bottom line, you got to tell people what to do. So at the end of your videos, you should be telling them, share this with somebody who's looking in Philadelphia. Okay. What I say is, hey, share this out. Sharing is caring. Okay. So that's what you need to do. Again, what Instagram, they're prioritizing things, posts that are shareable versus just being saved. All right. Next one, I think I turned off of it. That's why I did that. Okay. So mastering the first 3 second hook. The hook is everything. The hook is everything. And I'm sure that you guys have heard this over and over and over, but your hook is everything. When you make a post and somebody jumps on there, they're scrolling. Okay. Social media, there's different types of social media. There's interruption and there's intention. Intention is like Google or YouTube. When somebody goes on Google or YouTube, they're typing in information and they're intentional as far as what they want to see. Okay. Then you have interruption. Interruption is basically everything else. Every other social media platform is interruption. It's almost like if you're driving down a highway and you're looking at a billboard. If you're looking at a billboard, you're not driving that way to see that billboard. You're driving that way to because you're going to your family's home, okay, or you're going to somebody's house, a friend's house. Well, that's the same thing. That's the same thing with social media. With social media, people aren't on there to actually see your post. What they're on there for is they're on there to connect with their friends. They're on there to connect with their families. Okay. So you gotta hook them. So number one, get to the point. Get to the point. Skip long intros. Start with your strongest point. What's your strongest point? Start with it. Okay. Viewers decide in seconds whether they're going to keep watching. And you know, because you do the same thing. You know, because you do the same thing. So when you're scrolling, okay, you may give it like 3 seconds and then you're to something else. Okay. Also show excitement. All right. Energy, they say, is contagious. Your enthusiasm about a property translates through the screen and captures attention. You know, when you're looking at something and somebody's giving it energy, you want to hear what they say. Why is this person so excited? Why is this person so excited? Okay, so you want to make sure you give that energy. Not, oh well, this is property 123 Main Street. No, you want to make sure that you give energy so people can, oh, that person's excited. Let me give them a couple more seconds to see what they got to say. Let me find out why they're so excited. Okay, the next one is big, okay? Offer clear value. Tell viewers exactly what they'll learn. Discover how to increase your home's value by 20% with these simple upgrades. That's another one also, is that giving them some type of number, okay? Here are the top 5 reasons why people buy homes in Philadelphia. Okay. You can give them 10 reasons, 15 reasons, 20 reasons, but giving them some type of number, their mind kind of wraps around. Or um, here's a way to save $10,000 when buying a home. The mind is going to land on that number, okay, which makes it more palatable and they understand. So it's what is clearer. It's clearer in their mind. So make sure you offer clear value. You guys should write this down. You should write these things down. Okay. Next is target your audience. Okay. Target your audience. Okay. Specify who your content is for. Who are you making this content for? Are you making this content for first time home buyers in Philadelphia? Are you making this content for investors in New York City? Okay. Make sure you target your audience. A lot of people think, well, I'm just going to make my content for everybody. No, if you're making your content for everybody, you're making it for nobody. Okay, you definitely want to niche down. They say the riches are in the niches, so you definitely want to niche down. So make sure you know who your target market is, and make sure you tell ChatGPT who your target market is. So when you're on ChatGPT or any other AI tool that you use, make sure you're telling them who your audience is. You need to have an avatar. If you don't have an avatar, get one, okay? Or ask ChatGPT who your avatar is going to be, okay? Next is carousels or single posts, okay? Carousels or single photo posts. A lot of people, there's a lot of talk about that um, on social media, just in the social media training circles. Carousels or single photo posts. Of course, the way that Instagram does things, they're going to favor these carousels over these single photo posts. Okay. So the first thing that you want to do is you want, as they say, create a hook. Okay. So the first slide must capture attention with bold text and striking imagery. So your best imagery should be that first pick. Okay. Because again, if you want to pick between a carousel or a single photo, Instagram is going to give more weight to the carousel. Okay. But that first one, that first caption needs to be your best photo. It needs to have bold text. Okay. It needs to have bold because people need to know what they're getting into. People need to know what they're getting into. Okay. Also, add audio. Okay. Include music to make the carousels eligible for video surfaces like real tabs. Okay. So add in some type of noise because just looking at stagnant pictures, some people find it a little boring. But now you're using more senses because now they're looking at the photo, which they're using their eyes, and then they're also listening also. So the more senses you can get involved, then the more people will be glued to what you're putting out there. It says number 3 is design flow. Okay. It says create a natural progression that encourages viewers to swipe through all the slides. One of the things that you can do is make an arrow. You can make an arrow. Now, that's gonna be a little bit more involved. So you're gonna actually have to go and edit the photos, but you want to design a flow. Even if how's a person walking into the house? Person walks into the house first, they see the first part of the house, then they see the living room, then they see the dining room, then they see the kitchen. Okay, so if you are doing these carousels, you need to go step by step by step by step. Okay, so the person can envision themselves going through the home. And then next, Instagram often re-shows carousels to users who didn't engage fully the first time, and they always do that to me. They always do that to me. I'll go and I'm like, hold on, I just seen a picture of this person, but it's the second picture in the carousel. Okay. So carousels generate 10% more engagement than single images and get shown to users multiple times, maximizing your reach. So if you are if you are posting single photos, you're going to want to change the carousels. You're going to want to change the carousels. Okay. Let's move on here. Next, how often should you post? Because that's the name of the game. Okay, how often should I post? First, what you want to do is plan weekly. Okay, so you want to make a consistent posting schedule that you can maintain long term. Okay, all these platforms love consistency. All these platforms love consistency. Because if you see a show and a show, for example, just imagine growing up and watching TV because these social media platforms are the new TVs. These social media platforms are the new TVs. So just imagine you're on TV and or you're looking at a TV schedule and your favorite show comes on. If that favorite show comes on every day at a certain time, now you're expecting that show to come on. Now you're expecting that show to come on. So now you're going to sit there and wait for that show to come on. Well, if the show came on randomly, you would lose interest super duper fast. Super duper fast. Okay. So, how does one what's some strategies that one can do to make sure that they maintain a long-term schedule? One of the things you can do is batch create. Okay, batch create. So what does that mean? That means set aside one day to create or make multiple posts for the week. Okay, so that's one thing that you can do. So, for example, I take Sundays and I go out when I do my property tours. I'll film all my property tours on Sunday. I was going out here, there, but it was messing my schedule up. Okay. So I do it one time. I know on Sundays during between this time and this time, okay, it's go time with doing these property tours, whether I want to or not. Then I have our property tours for the whole week. Okay. Now, when you do that, you want to analyze your results. You want to analyze your results. Track which content performs the best and adjust your strategy. I'm going to give you a ninja secret here. I'm going to give you a ninja secret. What you can do is you can post, okay? If you post every day, or if you post 2 times every day on Instagram, take that post the week before that did great and boost it. Whichever one did the best last week, boost that post. And I put $10 on it, put $20 on it, put $30 on it, put $100 on it. Okay. Put something on it. Put some type of money on it to boost that post. But you want to analyze your results for what? To see what's working and what's not working. So you can double down on what's working and you can pull back with what's not working. Okay. Test with trials. Use trial reels to test content with non-followers first. So there's a button on reels where you can it's trial. Okay. So you press the trial and it just goes to non-followers. Okay. So quality matters more than quantity. Again, quality matters more than quantity. Aim for 3 to 5 quality posts per week rather than daily low effort content. All right. So that's just a general advice. That's a general advice. Take your time and make sure that the post is quality versus posting low quality every day, every day, every day, every day, every day. Okay. All right. Let's move on. Okay. Stories versus feed. Okay. Know the difference. So you have your stories and you have your feed. Feed content should be polished photos, polished property photos. Okay. That's an example which should be in your feed. Okay. Market update videos that should be in your feed. Client testimonials that should be in your feed. Educational carousels that should be in your feed. Okay. What should be in your stories? Property walkthroughs should be in your stories. Quick market updates should be in your stories. Behind the scenes moments should be in your stories. Q&A sessions should also be in your stories, okay? Stories build a deeper connection with existing followers because that's all them stories are going out to. They're going out to your followers, okay? Feed posts help you reach a new audience and establish expertise. All right. So when you're scrolling, and you can just take you scrolling, okay? When you're scrolling and you're looking at a person's stories, you're really looking for a live interaction. Okay. It's like almost having a personal conversation with that person. When you're looking at the feed, the feed is more of presentation. Presentation matters more in your feed. But when with your stories, it's kind of up and personal. Okay. What is this person doing? For example, going to the gym. Okay. Your stories is okay, this person is doing this, and this. Okay. Quick hitters if you want. And then when you put all those together and you're making a one post, then that should go to your feed. Okay. Because your feed is more polished. Okay. So think of your feed as your professional portfolio and your stories as your daily conversations with your clients. All right. Let's move on. So here are 5 content rules to expand your reach because that's why we're on this platform. We want to hit as many people as we can because as real estate agents, what are we doing? We're planting seeds. We're planting seeds. So since we're planting seeds, okay, we want to what? We want to plant as many seeds as we can. We want to plant as many seeds as we can. So here are 4 content rules that will expand your reach, okay? Number 1 is remove the watermarks. I can't tell you how many times I see people's content and it's good. It's great content, but it has watermarks on it. I'm like, oh man, delete TikTok or CapCut brandings from your video. The algorithm, it deprioritizes content with competing platform logos. So if you have a TikTok logo, but it's on Instagram, it's probably not going to get a lot of play. It's probably, and vice versa. It's the algorithm is set up that it looks and say, hey, you are op, okay? Since you are op, okay, we're gonna lessen the people that see it. So don't do it. Look into some type of look into. I mean, there's a bunch of apps out there. There's a bunch of apps out there where you can take the watermark off. Okay. Also, add audio to everything. Even still photos and carousels perform better with music. This helps content appear in more places. So you need to add audio. Okay. Add audio to your content. If you add audio, it makes it go a lot further. Okay. Keep videos under 3 minutes. Shorter videos have higher completion rates. Break longer content into series for better engagement. So, I mean, some of these property tours, I do property tours. If it's for YouTube, then yes, it want to be around 8 or 9 minutes. But when we're talking about Instagram, we're talking about Instagram right now. If we're talking about Instagram, it needs to be 3 minutes or less. And if it's more than that, then what you want to do is you want to break it up. Okay. You want to break it up part 1, part 2, part 3. Okay. Also, it says create original content. The algorithm favors unique content. Add your own perspective when sharing industry news. So you definitely want to be original. Okay. You want to be original. Original content. They love original content. Now, but if you are sharing somebody else's content, you want to put your own spin on it. Like what you can do is split it. So you can have the content and you can split it to where you say something after. So you'll put incoming, I forgot what it's called. It's called incoming or something, but you're letting the person know, whoever's watching this, that you're about to come in and say something about it. Or you can split screen it. You can also split screen it also, all right? But you just don't want to copy and paste. You don't want to do that, okay? Also, maintain good account standing. So check your account standings regularly to ensure you're following community guidelines. Here's the thing. I'm going to give you a gem here, okay? They can shut you down at any time. They can shut your butt. They can shut your account down at any time. That's why you want to get people off these social medias. You want to get them off the social media and you want to get them on your email list. Okay. That's what you want to do. At the end of the day, you want to get them off of social media and you want to get them on some type of email list. That should be your goal because then that becomes your platform. Then that becomes your platform. That becomes your own social media platform, and they can't take that away from you. They cannot take that away from you. So, in any case, leverage Instagram's best practice tools. So let's just start from the bottom. Track your progress. All right. So monitor growth metrics to refine your strategy. So you want to use some type of tracking tool, or if you just go in and you look at Instagram and see what your view counts were for the post that you posted. Okay. So you can track your progress like that without using some expensive tool. All right. Learn from tutorial videos. So watch official guidance from Instagram staff. So Instagram does come out with tutorial videos. So make sure you're watching because it's their platform. It's their platform. So they're going to show you how to be successful because at the end of the day, they want you to be successful. They want you to be more engaging. because the more engaging you are, the more people stay on their platform. Okay. Next, find ideal posting time. So you want to discover when your specific audience is most active. And again, what you could do is you could look in the analytics. Instagram has analytics. And that goes also with track your progress. You can look at how many views you had, but also there's an analytic tool in Instagram also. So you can go in there and check how many followers did this post have, or how many new followers did I get from this new post. Okay. How many people watched it, how many were followers and how many were non-followers. So I mean, there's tons of tools that Instagram has. If you have not done this, go play with them. Go play with Instagram's back office and kind of see what's what. Okay. And the top, optimize performance. Apply Instagram's official recommendations for to maximize your reach. So again, we want to plant as many seeds as possible. Okay. And how do you do that? You do that by following what Instagram says works. If Instagram says, hey, we're going to push this type of content, then you want to do that type of content. Also, here's a ninja strategy. If any platform comes out with a new tool, or a new tool, you want to use it. You want to use it and abuse it. Why? Because most of the times when these platforms bring out these new tools, they actually want people to use it. And people who use it, they usually boost their reach. They usually boost their reach. Okay. So access this powerful tool in your professional dashboard. It provides customized recommendations based on your specific account performance. And I already said that. Okay. Um, it says, remember, consistency is key. Implement these strategies for at least 30 days to see meaningful results. So if you want to go back in this, look at this over and over and over. And I promise you, if you implement, okay, if you implement, let me get out of here. Oh, let me stop sharing. Okay. If you implement these strategies, then you will see an increase in your reach. If you see an increase in your reach, those are more people that you're touching. Okay. And again, this is Colin Nathan Aleem, the real estate boy. And this is my team's my team meeting, where we go over. I teach them different social media strategies and different lead generation strategies, just in whole. But this is one that I wanted to share with everybody. I hope you got some value out of it. If you need any type of coaching, I'm available for social media coaching. And if you just want to just talk about shops, give me a call, 267 930-1249. And my website is www.sellwithkhalid.com. All right, y'all. Until the next time.